Welcome to today's episode. Today I want to talk to you about the things I love the most about living and growing up in Switzerland, living in Miami, and now living for almost 5 years in Redmond. I will cover 3 things that really stood out to me that I appreciate most about the place and 3 things I dislike. Now, that's not to say that my opinion is going to be your opinion. We all are unique and have our own interests or priorities, but I hope it inspires you or gives you an idea of why I feel each of these places are so unique and have a special place in my heart. Now we're going to start in Switzerland because that's where I'm born and raised. And the number one thing about Switzerland, it's probably the most peaceful, worry-free environment anybody could live. I truly believe it's a blessing to be born in Switzerland and raised there. Just such a peaceful environment. It really is. And it's clean. That's the second thing. It really is clean. It doesn't mean you never see garbage on the roadside, but it is super clean compared to all the other places I've ever lived or even visited. And yes, I have not been in Singapore and heard great things, but besides Singapore, I haven't heard of a country that is as clean as Switzerland. Third thing I really like about Switzerland is the infrastructure. Could be healthcare, hospitals, but also internet, bandwidth, streets, power. I don't recall to ever going through a power outage in Switzerland where the area lost power or anything, which in the US I actually have experienced a few. Now let's talk about the things I like a little bit less. In Switzerland, life can feel lonely from time to time. People are usually in association, could be soccer, could be other things. That's where they live community, but in the town you live, in the building you live, you might feel a little bit excluded and you don't have a tight relationship with those around you. In most cases, there's always exceptions. There's a law for everything. There really is. It's over 800 years of lawmaking and law added, so there's a law for everything. Everything is regulated, which can make it sometimes really cumbersome or annoying. Let's call it this. What it is, it's an annoyance. The third thing that I'm not very excited about Switzerland is there's very little flexibility. Like when I see, for example, flexibility of law enforcement officers here, there is way more wiggle room, let's put it this way, or cops are often more lenient. In Switzerland, we're very following the rules, and if you don't follow the rules, then we'll tell you, or if it's law enforcement, you will get fined for it. As simple as that. Miami. What I love the most about Miami is the people. I don't think I personally have ever experienced such hospitality, kind, motivating, energized, happy people than the people in Miami. It truly was a huge difference from what I was used to in Switzerland. So that makes it absolutely unique. Second part about Miami that I really love is food. Now, I do love the Latin American kitchen or a South American kitchen, and since Miami is such a melting pot, not just with people from South America all over the world, but obviously a big group of the people are coming from South America, which means you can have all kinds of great food at every street corner. It's really amazing. And the third thing that I love about Miami is obviously the weather. The weather is awesome. Who can be complaining about that? Warm year round. Sure, it's hot in the summer, but mainly just can go out and enjoy whatever it is you want to do. What I dislike about Miami is also people. So people is what I love, but also what I dislike. There's a lot of people I experience that kind of feel entitled, and it's a lot of them that is like, here I come, and everybody else is gonna have to adjust to me and to what I want. So that's something I see a lot in Miami or experience myself. Second thing that is crazy in Miami is traffic, and don't honk at the wrong person, which leads to the first dislike of people. Don't flip anybody off. You shouldn't be doing that anyway, but it seems like Miami could have a drastic outcome for you if you do. So just traffic, people, and crime in general is something that obviously is worrisome. Now let's talk about Redmond. We're here for almost 5 years, and the one thing I love the most is the trail network. The trail network accessible for me to ride my bike or hiking, it's phenomenal. It really is phenomenal. In the US, I haven't seen anything like this, what we're experiencing here. The amount of routes I have from starting from my home, not loading my bike on the car and go somewhere, but starting from my home. Unbelievable. Mountain biking trails also just unbelievable great. The other thing we love about the Redmond or the Pacific Northwest is the diversity in nature, from the mountains, the Cascade, the Olympic mountain range, to the Pacific, to the Puget Sound, to the lakes, to the deserts in eastern Washington. You have everything. Sure, the weather doesn't maybe always be like what you want, but you can just go over the Cascades and you will have sun. You have beautiful 4 seasons. So the whole nature is just awesome in the Pacific Northwest. The other thing we love about Seattle is the proximity. So let's say there's a lot of over gray, somewhat rainy days and you need some sun. Southern California is a 2-hour flight from here. There's a lot of flight options. You can go to Hawaii easily, you can go to Alaska and Canada. So the geographic location is actually very nice in this area where you have access to even more diversity than what you have in the state itself. I think my biggest dislike is property tax, just to see how much the property tax has grown since we're here. It's something that worries me into the future, to the point of like, if we're retiring one day and we live here, can we afford the property tax even if the house is paid off? I can't even imagine how elder people already struggle unless you are fortunate to have a lot of money or gotten into a lot of money. You could really see how people are being priced out through the property tax, not the real estate cost at this point, and may have to relocate. That's kind of heartbreaking if you made this your new home and you invested a lot into the community. Second thing that is worrisome for me is just the amount in the infrastructure, the quality of roads. This is not just Redmond, but the larger Seattle area. I feel like over decades, this has been something where not enough attention or money has been invested in to keep up with that. There is easy ways where you can report potholes, but even if you do, I did one right by the house and I think it's 3 potholes. I only sent a picture of one and that's the one they fixed. They couldn't fix the other 2, so I'm not sure what's up with that. That's definitely something that I dislike about the region. I could not possibly have imagined that any place is worse in recycling than Switzerland. And I don't mean Switzerland does a great job recycling, but it's cumbersome. You have to go to a lot of different places to get rid of PET bottles or batteries or this and that. It's way more convenient in Redmond. I mean, it's unbelievable, but if you want to do the right thing here and you read the papers where to bring what, the amount of space we need to store things in between is unbelievable. It really is unbelievable. If you order things, you have styrofoam, the amount of weeks you are supposed to store that somewhere in your property until there is a pickup for this plant, which I think is once or twice a year, is ridiculous. And if it's too hard to recycle, we all know people don't do it. There has to be an incentive and you have to make it easy. So there I feel like Redmond has long ways to go to improve that, to just be in a level where it's actually being convenient and easy to do for people to do the right thing and recycle everything that is recyclable or get rid of the garbage in the right way. I hope the information today inspired you what you can expect in these 3 different distinctive places if you want to live there temporarily or visit for a longer extended vacation. We love all 3 places. They all feel like home for us. We have family still in Switzerland. We have family in Florida, so it does feel like going home every time we go there. But we also really love Redmond. It's our new home. It's our home now for almost 5 years, and we look forward to get to know the community better and invest further into this area because we're really excited with all the capabilities and possibilities we have in this region. If you found this helpful, please give me a thumbs up. Consider subscribing. I would appreciate that. And also leave a comment. If you know anything about the places I talked about, what you loved, something I missed, if it's a rant or a praise to the regions, please let me know in the comments. I look forward to what your experiences was and what you think. And with that, D. Div Kurt out.